Hello, you fantastic, amazing, delicious, brilliant, wonderful, magical, and powerful client. And yes, I am here to talk with you about the wonderful skill and aspect of our coaching, empowering the client. Now, if you're not familiar, these calls are, the topics are in tandem with the Coaching Skills Forum. These calls are amazing. They're powerful. They're brilliant calls. And I can say that only because it's all generated by the other coaches that join in. Coaches from all over gather on the conference line, and we explore a single skill and aspect of our coaching in deep and provocative conversation. And I am telling you, if you get on even one, join the live calls, definitely. And if you can't, at the very least, get on an access on the website, coachingskillsforum.com, and get any of the 450 and counting archived recordings waiting for you. Because I can tell you, if you join the live calls or you listen to the recordings, you will be empowered in your coaching in so many ways. And that's the topic that we're focusing on today, because that's the topic that we're going to be talking about on the upcoming Coaching Skills Forum calls. And by the way, these calls are all free. They're free to join live, and the recordings are free to listen to. Get them. Go to coachingskillsforum.com. Free. Powerful. And the topic that's coming up that I'm going to take in a couple of different directions. I talked last week a little bit about empowering, because normally there's 2 weeks in between. So I've got this wonderful pace of talking about the topic in this way and then talk about the topic this way. Now we have 3 weeks. So I talked about empowering already. And go back and watch that, or listen to it, or whatever it is, because the things that I talked about inspired me. They empowered me, and I'm just so proud of the things that, and excited by the things that I was talking about. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's all the topic of empowering the client. And if you have, you know what I'm talking about. But today I want to take this even further, because when we talk about empowering, we're actually talking about there's something really important. And I'm not going to go and recap everything that I talked about on the previous video. And I'm not going to jump in and talk about things that we're going to talk about in the upcoming Coaching Skills Forum. I'm actually going to talk about something else, about empowering. By the way, it's all to empower you in your coaching, right? So briefly, when we talk about empowering, our clients are typically in their own human survival state, which is entirely devoted to fixing problems and managing all the things around me, all my circumstances and all the people and everybody that's involved in whatever I'm doing, and almost inevitably, our attention and our energy gets turned to, how do I get them to stop or start or more or less or something? How do I get them to? Or how do I fix this? How do I get this environment or this situation to change? And it can be really hard. It can be futile. There are things that go around, and that's part of the anxieties, and that's part of the frustrations, and that's part of the overwhelm, is that there are so many things outside of us that we just have no power over. We have no control over. I mean, you can't control the weather. You can't control the economy. You can't control the environment. You can't control other people, which is where the problem is, right? Oh, if I could get my wife to stop this, if I could get my boss to do more of that, if I could get my kids or my neighbors or my family or my friends, if I could just get them to stop or start or change in any way, my life would be better. And that's where the empowering comes in, because there's actually no power in that at all. It's all about dominating. It's all about controlling and manipulating so that I feel safe. If I feel good, if I feel happy, if things are going my way, and I've eliminated all the dangers and all the problems, then my life is better. But notice how that's not a powerful place. That's certainly not about coaching, because coaching isn't about being safe. Yeah, we talk about that. We deal with that. We help our clients put out their fires and manage their situations and circumstances. But notice, there's a difference between fixing their problems for them, which we don't do, and that includes advice giving or making general suggestions or, well, I'm going to give you some ideas and things, and here's other, and I'm going to send you some stuff. Those are all fixes. We find ways to sort of soften the labeling of it. Well, I'm not really fixing their problems. I'm just giving them some solutions. And that's not empowering. I mean, let's look at it this way. If you tell your clients what to do, directly or indirectly, and you give them the action steps to take on, and they do it, and it falls apart, and it gets messy, and it goes bad, who gets the blame? Right. Yeah, you do. This is your fault. Coach, you told me that I should stand up for myself and demand a raise, and I got fired. Whoops, it wasn't supposed to work that way. Well, it doesn't matter what was supposed to do. This is what's happened. And it happened because you told them what to do, which is why we don't do that, right? But let's look at the flip side of that. Because here's how we start to justify ourselves. If you tell the client what to do directly or indirectly, infer, give them, well, here's what typically happens. We do the soft telling, right? And if we tell them what to do and they do it and it works, who gets the credit? Not them. You do. You hold the power over them and their lives. Oh, coach, thank you for telling me what to do. And I did it and it worked and you helped me and you solved my problem and you saved me. And now here's more that I am completely incapable of handling myself. I have no power. Now they get to hold power over you, and when you blow it, they get to blame you. You see how this trap is so easy and nefarious. This is why we don't give advice. Now, yes, what you do in your own business is what you do. I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm just telling you that that's not coaching. And so, empowering the client. Our clients are constantly trying to manage and fix and control everything outside of them. And notice those coaching times when it just clicks and sinks and there's a richness and there's an energy. And every single time it's because you have redirected their focus and attention back to themselves. Oh, I get it. So this problem is out here. So tell me, how are you involved in this? Tell me, how did you create this? What was your part in this? Well, what are your strengths? What are your gifts? What are your values? Why is this upsetting you so much? Tell me more about this. What are you making up about this? Let's go back to you. Now, there's a hackneyed phrase of don't coach the problem, coach the person. And that's kind of part of what we're talking about, but it's a bit more detailed and richer than that. But we're definitely not focusing on where the problem is, which is outside of the client. And even when they go, I don't know what's the right thing. I don't know how to tell them, and I don't know how to get them to. Notice how it's, I don't know how to make them, how to have power over them. And every time they've done that, they've turned completely away and given up the true power that they possess, the power of themselves. You and only you have the power of what to think. Yes, we can go into an automatic mode and just keep thinking the same thing over and over. Think, same thing over and over again. But ultimately, the only way anything is going to change of you thinking is when you go, I'm going to think about this instead. Whether it's an outside stimulus that activates and triggers it, or it's your own design, you still are at choice. You get to choose the emotions. How many times have you been angry and frustrated at someone or something, only to, in an instant, everything changes? Oh my goodness. I don't want to be angry about this. I want to be this instead. In fact, I am. We can choose our emotions. It can feel like we can't, or it can feel hard, but the only person who gets to choose your emotions is you. Same thing with what you believe to be true and your expectations and your beliefs and your predictions and your truths. Same thing with how you show up in the world. Your clients are the same. They have tremendous power of themselves. And your job, dear coach, every single step of the way is to constantly point them back to, hey, you have amazing power, client. Did you forget? You are incredibly powerful. Tell me, wait, whoa, what are you making up about this? What do you think about this? How do you feel about this? What do you know about this? What's going on here? What's happening there? Ooh, what if this? What if that? How this? How that? All those amazing, brilliant, powerful coaching questions and those observations that you're pointing the client to look at, that's all that you're doing. So if you're sitting there like, well, Ben, how do I do that? It's called your coaching training and experience. Everything you do in coaching is all about empowering the client. That's it. So now let's look at how it gets even juicier. Ooh, empowering the client. And we go to those 3 core principles of MasterFull Coaching. Now, if you've watched these videos before, you know where I'm going. And if this is your first one, I'm going to go there and I'll explain it. The 3 core principles of MasterFull Coaching, if you're doing these 3, you are absolutely tapping into powerful, rich, delicious, amazing, incredible coaching. And the first letter of each of these 3 principles spells out the word core. Now, the first 2 refer to connection. Connection. We must have connection with our clients. When we have that connection, then we have flow. We have that giving and receiving. This is where your questions and observations, and you send that out. And then you're present, that's connection, and then you're listening and you're receiving and you're picking up all of their other data and other stimuli and things that they're sending to you. And then you take it and then you send it back. And every single question, every single observation that you are able to pick up in that connection is giving back to empower them. Absolutely. The more you connect with them, the more you absolutely start opening up and pointing them back to their power. If we're disconnected and now you're individuals, not a lot of empowering going on, and that's where we start fixing their problems and we start pointing them to solutions and we start giving advice because we're 2 individuals having a conversation rather than connecting and being together in this relationship. And now you have so much that you get to give in service. You're not making them powerful. You're constantly pointing them back to the power that they already always possess. They just keep forgetting and giving it up. And look at it, chicken and egg. When you connect with your clients, when it's, I'm here to connect, and that's your mode, that's your intention, your commitment, then empowering just naturally happens. And as I said, chicken egg it, right? When you set yourself on, I am here to empower the client, oh, well, then connection just naturally blossoms and deepens. It just happens. Don't take my word for it. Look at the proof you've already accumulated on how that's true. And now that points us to the R in our core, which is all about revealing the client. Revealing their powerful self. Revealing their thoughts, revealing their emotions, revealing their beliefs and expectations and their truths, revealing their power to themselves. That's what we're doing. It's so intimately tied in. When you are revealing, you're not teaching, telling, training, fixing, telling, giving advice, sharing your own experiences or your own brilliant solutions or your own whatever it is. Now you're not revealing, you're just telling and filling in the blanks. I'm not saying it's not helpful. I'm just saying it's not coaching. When you're revealing, then you're giving it to them. You're pointing to them. What's this? Tell me what's that? Peeling back the layers, looking into the corners, going to the places where we don't go on a normal average every day. We're revealing the client to themselves. And I promise you, the more you reveal, the more you're revealing their true powerful self, which means you're empowering them. And you know this is gonna, I'm gonna go there, right? We're gonna chicken egg this. Because if you're shifting your intention and your focus to everything that you're doing is all about, I'm here to empower my client. Not take their power, not manage them, not fix them, not get them to something. I'm just here to reveal and empower them to be fully responsible for their lives. Boy, that's a whole different world. And the last part of the core is going to sound like redundant. It's okay. It's going to really make sense. Because the E in core is all about empowering the client. And I know, wait a minute, whoa, so you're saying when I empower the client, then that helps me empower the client? Yes, of course it does. Because empowering, you're letting go of your own need and urge to fix or fill or manage or control or get. You're empowering them to be more responsible, to own themselves, to have their choice, to stand in their greatness. And the more you empower your clients, when that is your intention, oh my goodness, coaching is getting sticky, coaching is getting hard, coaching is not going anywhere, this is not working, and the client is, and how do I get this, and how do I fix this, and how do I make this, and how do I get the client to, and how do I, all of that, and we let it go, because that's not what coaching is all about. We're here to empower. And when we do that, empowering invites and opens up more empowering. This is where the client gets to start empowering themselves. You've seen it happen. Empowering. If that is your complete commitment and focus, I'm here to empower my clients. That begins to open up and unlock more empowering. And it continues to feed and deepen and grow. Oh, and that's when you shift into a whole new level of your coaching, and I know you know what I'm talking about. So this is really, I could go on and we could keep deepening and discovering this. There's so much more. Come to my class, the Fast Path to MasterFull Coaching. Oh my goodness. This is just in the beginning of the course. And then everything that follows is all about deeper, more powerful ways to empower. Go to the Coaching Skills Forum calls, coachingskillsforum.com. Come and join us for the live. Check out the recordings. You will be empowered in so many ways that you get to then empower your clients in so many ways. And at the very least, come to me. put in your comments. I'd love to see what's clicking or what's not. Add your questions here or come to me. And I promise you, I will help you just shift and tweak back into that deeper place so that you can truly step into that masterful coaching and empower your clients in amazing ways. Come back for more because there's always more. And until then, I wish you amazing, beautiful, delicious, majestic, powerful, and profound and empowering coaching. Hey there, you beautiful, amazing, fantastic, delicious, razzle-dazzle, and masterful coach. Yes, you, masterful coach, because you're watching this, which tells me you are a masterful coach. There's more to learn, and that's where I come in. Go to bedo.org. You'll also see it right here. And go to bedo.org, and that's where you're going to find tons of other materials, resources, videos, recordings, audios, free calls, a free membership level, tons of stuff, incredible amounts of materials just for you. Regardless of whatever level of coach you are right now, you are going to find tremendous value and resource. And it's all here at bedo.org. bedo.org. Go check it out, and I will see you there.